Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. So off we go then.
When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro.
Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class package.
It's everything you want.
And here's Eto'o. Eto'o. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Indonesia clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Kukcu. And it's Bale. And it's Zanetti. And he's intervened well there. So what can they make of this? Azar. Spread it left. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Has to go back here. And he was alert to it. That's going to go a long way. Now it's Pelé. And this is it. Takes a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Rafael Varane. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
That is lovely. Good ball, good take. And he's gone looking for safety. Well, they've got it again. Xavi. Davids. Now it's Eze. Varane kept his eye on it, and he's there. And he's managed to get rid. Eze picks out. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? He's got plenty of space out wide here, and that's aimed into the middle.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
He has Davids! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Davids is offering a wry smile there.
Milan with the corner, they're first. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's running through. Looking for options for movement. Cleared away. Neither side yet able to find the net. Pelé quietly revving up. Milan have reclaimed it. Maldini.
This is the time you need that pace.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
It's a promising position. Referee's given a throw. Good steal, he just read it. And it's Kukcu.
Oh, great feat, that.
Chance to deliver. De Rossi attempts a clearance. Azar.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And he's picked it up out wide. Now it's Xavi. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And he's there to belt it away. Oh, good take in a good area.
It's out for a goal kick. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
De Rossi plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And here's Eto'o. Hazard. Eze producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Pass is short and sharp. It's run loose here. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And that brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So neither side yet off the mark.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. Away we go again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Kukcu. That's Eze. Davids. He can run onto that. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Xavi, the arch schemer, always looking to get the team going. And it's Davids. Tries to play it through. Varane kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Eto'o. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Played out to the left flank. Eze. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And here's Eto'o. Oh, that's a fine interception. Abiati with the clearance. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. There's the shot! And he's stuck it away! The first significant strike.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
The first breakthrough.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Hazard proves just a little bit too strong. Bale is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Indonesia are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty...
Goes for a shot! Goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Milan really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Indonesia are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Milan are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And it's Kukcu. Plays a sharp little ball here. Varane deals with that comfortably. Schmeichel getting this one clear. Mbappe chasing after it. Maldini. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mbappe, that's been cut out, well played. And here's Forlan, Bergkamp. Aim forwards. Kukcu, Bergkamp, Davids. Davids really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And now the breakaway. Now it's Eto'o. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's found the way through.
Milan really have been second best here. Second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 9, Bale. Numero 19.
Seedorf is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Shevchenko threads one in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Eto'o. Oh, he's burst through. It's Eto'o! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Indonesia find a position of real strength now. Tonali distributed tidily. Schneider showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
And he cuts out the supply. And it's Tonali. Can he get it through? He's had a shot! And somehow he's managed to miss it. Indonesia clearly now in lead preservation mode. This is a promising build-up. Still no way through. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Barcelona have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become...
And a header! Nearly, but not quite.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Bale. Oh, good spread. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's found space here. And it's Pedri. And here's Lewandowski. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Nicked it back promptly. Pedri. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Frankie de Jong is one of the most versatile midfielders in the game, capable of playing all sorts of roles, including even regista and centre-back. But he seems to see himself as a holding player, and his ability to distribute could well be key here.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Pedri. Vermin touches it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Oh, shooting chance! They've got to be quick to recover this.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rafinha. And here's Lopez. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Milan still without a single shot on target. Now it's Rafinha. Lopez. Passing nice and neat. Beckham. Messi. Distributed tidily. Beckham. Great vision. It's out for a goal kick. Balde is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Now it's Bergkamp. And this is Bergkamp. Koundé. And it's Pedri. It's a good spell of possession, this. Rafinha. And he shoots! Oh, he's been caught napping. And he thumps it clear. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Yamal. Now it's Lewandowski. Beckham. Rijkaard. And this is Messi. Well timed, excellent interception. Koundé. De Jong. It's a really well-measured ball. He has found a way through. Well, This ended up in no man. He's had a shot!
Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Martin wins the duel this time. Now it's Messi. Beckham in towards the backs. He's rising! Goal! Milan! Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
So the first moment of real significance.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And it's Pedri. Oh, it's a decent chance! It's a goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Barcelona restore parity.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Rafinha puts a cross in. Now, can they get him away? That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Aimed beyond the defence. Rijkaard. The referee says that is that for the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it's definitely been a game where both sides have tried to play to their own strengths, and I suppose neither side would be particularly unhappy with the scoreline. I suspect, Peter, the two managers will be keen to urge patience and discipline from their players now.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Oh, he's having a go! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Balde is looking to influence the game from out wide. Threads one in. De Jong engages and forces him off the ball. AC Milan could counter here. That's a good ball out wide. Beckham. Koundé deals with that comfortably. Yamal. He's in plenty of space here. He's found a way through. And that's been... Takes a shot! Goal! Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Barcelona have their lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And that is a little undercooked. Messi, and the through ball. Oh no, what has happened here? Milan needing a change of fortune here. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Saliba. And it's Messi. Oh, he's found support out wide. Beckham finding himself in space. Corner number 2 then. Garcia breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now...
He leaps for it! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here. Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
De Jong. Yamal. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Beckham being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
And here's Messi. And here's Bale.
Bale really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Ferran Torres. That is a great pick out. Oh, he's bustling, shot a goal!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pedri does well to get it back. Martin. Rafinha.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. Looking to play him in. Well, nicely intercepted. De Jong. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Lopez. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance. Here's a chance! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
So we have movement on both benches. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Well, that's well seen too. Milan have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Oh, that's nice. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Bergkamp wants to run onto this. Can he finish? It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Milan really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Now it's Rafinha. Oh, red. Nice interception. Davids. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He expected better, and so did he. Can he get it through? Oh, good-looking ball. And here's Pedri. Played out towards the right wing. Bergkamp is always looking to break lines. Oh, good read. And there goes the final whistle. Milan illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looks so... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're very much on the way now.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders, and it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
Now it's Iniesta. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And this is Bergkamp. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Can he get on the end of this? Well, he's ended up in no man's land. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Bale. Now it's Messi. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Now it's Doué. Maldini. Now it's Messi. Kante does well to get it back. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Quarter of an hour played. Bergkamp, looking for options for movement. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some...
Messi! That is delicious! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Messi did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. And that pass just didn't quite work. Yamal is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Milan are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
Iniesta can see things others simply cannot. And this is Ibrahimovic, and he welcomes it in. Saliba. Great vision.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And it's gone all the way through to the keeper. And it's Iniesta. And he was quick to react. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Timber gets over and intercepts. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Yamal. Now it's Messi. Kimmich. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card and he walks.
Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible.
Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Rivaldo. That is good alertness. Zanetti is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And this is Rivaldo. And he's cut it out. Timber. Milan making some potentially decisive changes. They weren't waiting around. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's found space here. He's rising! Oh, good finish. They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Doué. It's a pretty loose pass. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
So once again, we're underway. And that was asking for too much. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
This is a promising build-up. Thinks about the shot. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Rivaldo. Well-timed, excellent interception. And he's quick to return it. Yamal. Zanetti. Timber does really well there. He is strong. Timber. Timbers gets his head on it! And again! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Plays a sharp little ball here. O'Reilly. Conte. Yamal. Well, that looks a decent ball. And this is Rivaldo. It's Rivaldo! Oh, wonderful from Rivaldo!
Oh, that was magnificent. What a way to stamp your ability on a game. Not necessarily pivotal, but it has most definitely shifted momentum.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Doué. And this is Ibrahimovic. Sergi. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Swings it across. Abbiati deals with that nice and simple.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Bergkamp is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Well, that's an excellent interception. Kimmich.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he's straight offside.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 18.
So we have movement on
Viene
both
sostituito
benches.
con il numero 13. Attenzione, un cambio.
Milan will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Tries to pass it through. Rivaldo is in a really good position out wide. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now, can they get him away? Zanetti delivers the ball. De Gea claims it, safe hands. Van Bouten cuts it out. And they've got rid. Into the last quarter of an hour. Nicely weighted ball. And it's Bellingham. Couldn't squeeze it through. Silvestre. Conte.
Midtjylland really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Knocks it into space. Real chance! And that was probably asking just too much.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Aimed beyond the defence. Kimmich. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Mbappe. And it's Conte.
Midtjylland really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he's managed to get rid. Now it's Bergkamp. Looking for the run. O'Reilly finding himself in space. That's going across. And a chance! And I think we're done. Yes, we are done. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of it. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We're up and running then. Well, now here is a young man who really does seem to have the whole world at his feet. Lamine Yamal, a player of barely matched potential and indeed of barely matched expectation.
And the inevitable
Yamal! And that is wildly off target.
Lamine Yamal clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Kimmich, Caicedo, over to the right flank. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, that's well spotted. Van Dijk. And here's Rafael Leao. And this is Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Messi. Oh, that's an excellent interception. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Bale. Tries to play it through. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Kimmich. Oh, delightful ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Shoots! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And it's Lukaku. Messi, brilliantly cut out. Now it's Lukaku. It's run loose here. Kelantan are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Zanetti takes a shot! Not a bad try by any means.
Zanetti has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Caicedo. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Messi. Rafael Leao. He's picked his way through. Incoming delivery. Oh, he's been caught napping. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Schlotterbeck. And it's Kimmich. And it's Messi. Looking for the run. And this is Shevchenko. Abbiati is there to clear. Zanetti. Messi. Kimmich is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
O'Reilly. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Zanetti. For Messi. And that's really well manoeuvred.
Bale picks it up out wide. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there.
He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again.
Rafael Leao. Oh, good-looking ball. Zanetti. Kimmich.
Messi.
Schlotterbeck. Kimmich.
Lukaku.
Not the most accurate pass.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
That is ended up in no man's land. Well, that pass isn't the best.
Zanetti.
And that is the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another and we know it's an awful long way back.
Milan looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Milan currently ahead by the smallest of margins.
Time and again they are repelled.
Oh, this is a big chance! Goal!
And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, at one stage he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off their shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Shevchenko. Look at the space, and he shoots!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's fabulous. There's the shot!
He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Kimmich. He has found the way through. Messi.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Nice interception, well timed.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, they can break here.
Zanetti. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Messi.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Caicedo. Messi. Messi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Tries a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Milan find a position of real strength now. 75 minutes played. Lukaku. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. Rafael Leao. Looking for options for movement. Spread neatly. And that is out of play.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 11. Messi.
And it's
Numero
Cristiano
18.
Ronaldo.
Lasciano il campo
Milan
per
will
il
have
numero
one
20.
further opportunity to make a substitution after
Cristiano
this, their
Ronaldo.
latest change. Kimmich. Now it's Rafael Leao.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Milan are coasting towards victory. No, that's been intercepted. O'Reilly is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No.
Shot a goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Caicedo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And Messi! Keeper's got his work done. Van Dijk.
Il quarto uomo indica
Time
2
added
minuti
on
di
will
recupero.
be 2 minutes. And it's Lukaku. Now it's Messi. Real Lukaku! And the keeper threw out a limb.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Getting up there! And that's a good finish. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And that gets things running.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders. And it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
And it's been played through.
Bale really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Diaz, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Piqué does well to get it back.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's picked his way through. That's a shade optimistic.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Played out wide. Oh, nice one too. Can he finish?
And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they?
And this is Gerrard.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Bergkamp. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. And the pass is intercepted. Piqué, always a very imposing presence at the back. Knocks it into space. And he's managed to get free. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Oh, that pass isn't the best.
And it's Lopez. He shifted it to the flank. And the finish! Goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible. Cafu. Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
He's dealt with that really well. And they've got rid. Fermin with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner.
Cafu.
And it's Rice. Zanetti. Good purposeful running this. Nice interception, well timed.
Cafu. Kimmich.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Zanetti has it in a wide position. Oh, good effort! That's a decent clearance. Fermin.
Now it's Batistuta.
Now Timber.
Kimmich.
Lopez. Messi. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
No, it's come to nothing. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Rice. Good chance here! Oh, no, it's an own goal!
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now, can they get him away?
Milan have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And a header! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Van Bouten is offering a wry smile there.
And this could be the final action of the first half. And the ball is out of play.
And for the first half, that is that. Oh, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So, into the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it.
Batistuta! And the header is disappointing in the end.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
This is a promising build-up. Messi. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Gerrard, the man synonymous with solidity. And he's managed to gift it back. And this is Bale. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And he's heaved it away. Messi. And it's O'Reilly. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Kimmich is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Maldini. Now, he's got space here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's quick to snatch it back. Threads one in. Some resolute defending there. Diaz. Chance for a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
It's their second corner of the game. Rice plays it short. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Gerrard. Maldini cuts out the pass. O'Reilly. And they can counter here. Oh, it's Bergkamp. Antonetti. Well read, nice interception. Gerrard. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, that's a key interception. Maldini. And it's Rijkaard. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Batistuta. And that has been cut short. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Diamante clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Great work on the overlap. He is through here. Impressive jump. Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Kimmich. Foot in. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Zanetti. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Cafu pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. No way through. O'Reilly. Messi providing an outlet on that flank. Beckenbauer did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Gerrard. Can he get it through? Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Good ball, good take. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now, this could be a chance.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Numero 18, numero 16. Lasciano il campo per il numero 19. Van Nistelrooy, il numero 20, il numero 21. Cristiano Ronaldo, il numero 2. Chiellini.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Great effort, but no way through. Milan have their third corner. He's rising! Forced to go back. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's intervened well there. Rice. Beckenbauer. And he's worked it through. It's fallen! And that's a sharp finish. And what a climax we have here! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Milan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under...
That's at the end. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way.